Hey, maybe you finally understand why I greet you. Maybe you finally come to discover why I talk to you. Maybe you finally feel why you are in my life. Maybe you finally can make sense of why I appeared in your life. Maybe this is the time that you're finally giving in to God, telling you all of these things, this information you had to hear, because now you were actually there to discover them. Now you were actually present to find out more, because you said to yourself, you know what, let me put my pride and my ego aside and let me just stop bullshitting myself and be fully here for God. Maybe that's truly what you did. Maybe that's just what happened. I don't know. But I'm happy to find out. You're wanting to find out that you have a purpose here with us. Because maybe you didn't believe you had one. Maybe you didn't believe you had purpose. Maybe you were not fully excited for it because you were missing pieces. You were missing pieces. You were missing on certain continents, on certain contents, on certain details. You missed out on details. And now because your situations match, and because your people match, because your light matches the people, very important, because your energy matches your light, even more important, now you're the one attracting right. Now you're the magnet everyone was waiting on. Now you have become a healer to yourself, and with that to many others. Now you have learned to activate your own spirit to connect with your higher self. And that's why you find me. Because you did. Because you're going to, or already have. Maybe a long time ago, maybe again, maybe you rediscovered. Maybe you forgot and had to remember. Because that's just what you do. Who you are. You're remembering who you are. And you wanted to forget it. You wanted to forget about it. You're not forgetting about who you are. How dare you? Only the government and NASA would do something disgusting to souls who are meant to thrive. If you're meant to thrive, you will feel this in your body. You will know the bone structure, but I don't know if it turned on, but I said you will feel this in your bones, because your bones remember. Your bone structure, it carries memories. It carries purpose for you. To walk with it, with the bones. And if you don't like the bones you got, you can always make fake ones. I broke my neck. I broke my spine in my neck, and they removed it, the block in my spine. And what they did is they put a titanium metal plate at the front, and they put a titanium spine in there, so like a cube, and they put it in where it's supposed to be, and they put a plate, and they put 4 screwers to tighten it and to keep it in place. That's what's in my neck, and I still move. If something is not real, if something is broke, it can be replaced with fake. It may be not move the same, but it for sure can live on, because it's not that real. It's supposed to be fake. It's supposed to be something else, something different, because it was not what it's supposed to be. It was not the original. The original has been taken. The original is gone, already gone. The original is already replaced. And because the replacement sometimes works out and sometimes work out not out, because the replacement is not a joke, it's not taken as a joke, it's taken seriously, it's being honored, it's respected too, because it's a replacement, isn't it? Not every replacement is supposed to be there. Not every replacement can live on. Not every replacement can stay as it has been put there. Because the replacement is disgusting to touch. Or just untouchable. I don't know, one of the two. Either way, somebody gonna get annoyed by the replacement. Somebody gonna get annoyed by what's being replaced with the original, because it doesn't work out the same. It doesn't work the same. It doesn't have the same magic. It doesn't have the same energy sent out. It doesn't have the same knowledge and experience it's supposed to have, because it's a replacement. So the whole thing would never be the same. The whole experience would never exist. The whole, every purpose, destiny, being, what's inside to be created by that replacement is replaced. So the replacement has to be destroyed now. Or either the original has to come back. The original has to come back, even with changes, even with a different structure, even built on a different foundation. But the original has to stand. The original has to survive. I survive with a different neck, but I'm still the original. My neck is not the original, but it has a replacement. It's still my original neck now. Nothing can change it unless you have my permission to get inside my throat and put something else there. But it's already in my throat. And because I have a titanium metal plate in my throat, I kind of, I'm very aware of my moves. I'm very conscious about where I go. I don't just move my neck around, because I know if I turn my head around too much, I break it again. And yeah, it can hurt. It can hurt when I move it too fast or move it too far. It hurts. My neck actually carries a lot of pain if I move it out of its proportion. Because right now, my neck has specific directions where it can go to. If it goes too far, I go too far. I have restrictions now. My neck has restrictions now. If somebody would replace my position, they make my spaceships and my landing stations and my legal parking spots and my travels, it would never be the same. Because there has to become another leader. Yes, it's becoming, because it doesn't exist yet. There has to be another leader who does what I do. There has to be another trained soul. What's walking on me? Oh my god, I don't know what you are, but it's a bug. There was a bug on my face. There has to be another trained soul who does not have the same spirit as I, and who cannot do the same things as I, because it doesn't have the same brain and the same energy to give it. Now anybody can try to look into my brain or do what I wrote down or do my business in detail. But you don't know the business like I do. You don't know the purpose like I do. You don't know the intentions like I do. You don't know the path like I do. You don't have the knowledge like I do. You don't have the power like I do. You don't have the energy that I have. You don't have the light in you that God gave to me. You do not live my purpose. You do not breathe my essence. You do not do the things I do. Because you're not the same. You're different. You have another plan with your life. You have another purpose with your life. You have a different standard to call on. You are on a different pedestal than I. I'm on another stage than yours. We sound different. We think different. We say different things at different times. Because you do something else than I. You never do what I do. That's impossible. Unless you want to copy something and recreate it. But you don't have to be a scam to do that. You can also be open, honest, and loving while you do it. Try to be kind too. Kindness looks good on you. But also have an attitude. Because if you cannot be mad, you are weak. You have to be able to get mad. You're going to be sweet and smiling when you're being attacked? You're going to be kind and sweet and when you're attacked? No! When you're attacked, you got to stand up for yourself. You got to speak for yourself. You got to have a loud voice and say what you want and need. Because if you don't say what you want and need, they're going to come. They're going to come for you. Because they're going to get behind you. They're going to get... My hair is itchy since I grow my hair. You will find something, okay? I tattooed my forehead. You will find something that they want. And people who want to find you will get you. Hold on, I need to fix my hair. I cannot really translate and do anything at the same time. I'm really in the moment for that, so... Okay, I'm back. You really need some good energy to get your things together. Okay? If you don't have good energy, you're working on healing. If you don't have good energy, you're working on getting it together. You're getting it together. But you cannot expect to win the lottery when you're still working on your trauma. Okay? You have to really get the lottery when you're ready to have it. When you have open palms for it. And you're like, oh damn, I do deserve all I want. You only deserve all you want if you deserve all you want. Because you are it for it. You got it for it. You have the palms for it. You have the food for it. You have the voice for it. You have the brain for it. If you don't stop trying. If your heart's not in the right place, get into another position. Because nobody gonna love your position. Nobody gonna love you in your position. Nobody's gonna celebrate you in your position because you're doing wrong by you. Because you're doing wrong by others. Because you have no remorse to God. Because you show no mercy to God. Because you don't see your value. You don't even see your weakness. You don't even see your strength. Because you don't see who you are hurting. You don't see your harms. You don't see your crimes. You don't see the justice you're about to get. But you'll see it. You don't see all the people that are waiting for your truth. 1333 on a timer. You don't see the people that need truth. They need honesty. They need integrity. Wow, the sun goes down and it starts to get chicken skinny. Because it's getting a bit colder. So, because you don't always know who you are, other people are gonna see you as you are showing yourself, okay? Other people are gonna feel you as you exist, because you cannot just expect people to find their purpose next to somebody who doesn't follow their purpose either, because you're misleading them. You're misleading the people you touch. Excuse me. You're misleading the people you touch because you are being led by somebody who don't follow their purpose, which means you're following somebody who doesn't follow the right purpose, which means you're following the devil. You're going straight into your grave. Because you're not following God, but you don't even know that it's not God. You don't even know yet it's not God. Because instead, you're being fooled. They are mistaking you, though, because they think they can get you like the others. You got them. You got them. And if that's really true, you're gonna overpower them, because you're taking your power back from those leaders. You're pulling it back from those leaders who are either lying to you, blackmailing you, mistreating you, putting the wrong information out, having a facade that's just fixated on their plan, but they don't care about your plan. They just want to get their plan out, because they know their plan is not God. Their plan does not align with God, which is why God is against them. Honestly, I need to tell you, me too. I am against whatever God is against that. And if God's saying this is okay for now, it's okay for now. But I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a different day. Tomorrow is another purpose. Tomorrow I have another voice for you. Tomorrow there will be other information. Other information. About other people, different energies, another intention than today. Okay. Now, this message is not finished, because today will be a very crystal clear day. Because I want people tomorrow to wake up tomorrow knowing, thinking, saying, feeling, God, I now know what to do. Because God told you what to do. I want to open you up to see God again. Again and again and again. I want to open you up to see beyond what people show you. So you can actually see the truth behind people and why they act so malicious. Why they act so vicious towards you. Why they want everything you have. Why they want your purpose. Why they want your wife. Why they want your husband. Why they want your kids. Why they want to steal your friends. Why they steal your relationships. Why they overpower your whole family. Why they take all the power that they gain from you for themselves. Because that's just what they build on. That's just what they feed on. Because that's just what they feast. That's their feast. It's not your feast. You never chose to be their feast. It was never your feast. It was never your table to sit on. It was always your fight. To honor yourself. And that is for everybody. Everybody on this earth fights for themselves. If they don't fight for themselves, who's there to even fight for? If you don't think about yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you don't think positive and talk positive, good about yourself in your face to others, you don't fully love yourself. If you don't respect yourself, you cannot respect others. If you don't dress like you want, you will never dress how others want. If you don't speak like you, no one can hear you. Nobody will hear you. Because they will not see you as you truly are. They will just hear you. But if they can receive the words or really take it in, I don't know. I don't know. But sometimes it makes sense to step back. Sometimes it makes sense to just ignore what you see. Sometimes it makes sense to not speak to somebody who wants to speak to you just because you're not meant to speak. Because you're not meant to be there. Because you're not meant to go there. And sometimes other people can see that too. But they will find it later. They'll find later on that they will never lose you. Some people want to lose you, so they try anything. They try anything to disturb you. They send you things like people, actual people, to disturb you, harass you, fuck with you, flirt with you, interact with you, make you have a good time, but you don't have a good time, so they act and they pretend, and they're actually paid to act and pretend. Now, some people in your life, whoever's watching this, I know people are sending people to you. They're paying people. They're paying people to distract you. They're paying people to get you out the way and to get the people that you're meant to see out the way. Because as you are watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those people that you will never expect it from, they are paid, or they are paying others to get in your way, to be in your agenda, to have your time. And instead of giving your time to the right people and spending your time on the right things, they're gonna keep doing this to you until you see it, until you're like finally knowing about it. Because the more you say yes, the more they do it to you. The more you are ignoring it, the more they will do it to you. Because they think you don't see it. They think you are not aware of it. So they think, oh my god, it's working again. It's working again. It's working again. It keeps working again. So let's try again. Let's keep doing it because it's working out for us. It's working out for our little team. It's working out for our business. It's working out for our brand. It's working out for our cult. Not everything works out for you. Especially if you don't listen to God. Things barely work out if you don't listen to God. I speak from experience. And because you gotta know who you are working out for. God will always show you who's meant to be in your life and who's not. Because if they're not meant to stay in your life, why would God allow them and give permission? Don't give permission to anybody who's meant to leave you. Because if they're meant to leave you, they're not meant to touch you. They're not meant to touch you energetically. They're not meant to be close to you energetically. They don't have the power over you that they should not have. I mean, I said that wrong, but they should not have power over you. And you should not give it to them. Because the more you give them power over you, the more they are taking your power from you. Do not allow them to get closer than God wants them to be. Because God can make sure they leave. You don't even have to say anything. You don't even have to say anything. If you think to God, if you telepathically talk to God, because God knows every thought you ever had, which is all stored in your Akashic records, which is always going to be alive. If you telepathically think to God, God, this person, never let him face me again. Never let her cross me again. Never show me their face again. I don't ever want to see them again. I don't ever want to interact. Don't ever want to feel. Don't ever want to be in touch and energetically connected with them. Then God's gonna take that and test that intention of yours and then work his ass on for you. Because once you spoke things out, God follows you, because then you're the leader of God. And when you are the leader of God, everything that you do will be directed by God. Because first and foremost, you lead God, and God leads you. So how can you get off track when that's your only track you can ever have? There will be something that makes sense. If something does not make sense along the way, God will show itself making sense. Because God don't like people being confused. God don't like confusing others so they are misunderstood or misunderstanding something. God provides for clarity. God delivers clarity to purify the mind, to clean up the space, to clear the energy out and about. So because it's necessary, it's going to be even highly favored. Because if it is really necessary, it kind of requires it to be for God. And that's when we can all know, is there another God? Do we need more gods? Is one not enough? I think one is enough. That's why that one God created more gods that can serve the God that serves all and creates all. Because if there would be more than one, how many disagreements more would we have? More disagreements, more misunderstandings, more confusions, more of the things that we don't want. Which is why we want to be on the same consciousness, on the same level of frequency, of the same light of truth and knowledge. Because there isn't too much to be distracted by. Because there is just God who serves. There's just Allah who is God. And I know some people need my light because they miss God. Because they don't believe how God wants them to believe. So God shows me. God shows me instead of Jesus. Oh, this side. God shows me instead of the eye of Ra, who is also tattooed on both sides. God shows me instead of the sun shining. God shows me instead of Archangel Michael. God shows me instead of Isis. God shows me instead of Hecate. God shows me instead of Medusa. I'm saying all these names not because I'm against it. I'm saying all these names because I speak for them. Because I speak through them. Because I speak as them. And if you don't want to be spoken to, you don't have to hear me. But I know what I speak to. I know what I speak from. I know who I speak for. And because you don't like my words, you don't like it that I am exposing the truth. That's a whole different thing. Because you cannot like my words, you cannot like what I look like, you cannot like what I sound like. But at the end of the day, you just don't like my truth. Because I am more than the energy you are catching. I am more than the energy you sense. I am more than the energy that you think like it is. It's not what you think like it is all the time. Sometimes it's not what you like. It's not what you think. It's not what you feel. It's not what you see with your eyes. It's not what you are experiencing. Because it's not who you are. It's not what I am. It's not what we are. It's not what anybody is. So yeah, I do feel called to spill my truth all over the earth. Because if you see me wrong, that means I have to explain myself to you. Who else will do it for me? Who else will tell you about me? I'd rather tell myself. I'd rather show myself. I'd rather expose myself. I'd rather expose myself. So you won't see me wrong. So I won't have a wrong vision either. Because your opinion of me, your judgment of me can go to my brain. Can interfere with my energy. What you think in that moment, I can think. But in that moment, it might be a thought that I see as mine. But it's yours. The thought is yours. I'm just picking it up. And I don't even always realize I'm picking it up as your thought. Because your thought is hidden underneath my consciousness. So I'm just receiving it as light. I'm just receiving it as a message, as a spiritual download, a galactic message that sometimes you really got to take your time for, to feel the message, to understand it's not your brain, it's your friend. It's not your brain, it's your mother. It's not your brain, it's your sister trying to think her way out of life. It's not your brain, it's your brother who has a judgment and kind of want to tell you, but he doesn't tell you. He just telepathically communicates it. Sometimes it's not your brain. Sometimes it's not your brain. It's not your brain. It's not your brain. It's not you. It's not your soul. It's not your spirit either. You know who it is? It's that person. It's that person that thought this of you. And because this has been spilled all over earth, every time you're picking that energy up, every time you're thinking, rethinking that, just because it already got stuck inside you. And now you take that energy as yours. But it's not yours. It's actually not even the energy of God. It's not the energy of the spirit. It's not the energy of your soul. It's not the energy of your heart. It's the energy of that person who whispered that in your ear. Maybe from the other side of the world, and it was thinking. Maybe it told you once. And you always remembered ever since. That's the thought you gotta release. That's the energy we don't need. That's the energy you got stick to. And because you stuck to it, you are stuck in it. But you don't have to be stuck in it. You can free yourself. We can release it now. We have 30 seconds for it. Let's breathe. Breathe in with me. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. I don't want you to keep holding on this energy, which is why we're breathing together, because when you watch this, I am doing Reiki on you, and you have the space to release the energy that you're meant to release. Now breathe in one more time with me, okay? Hold it. Breathe out. Breathe all your breath in and hold it as long as you can. And breathe everything out. Now I want you to breathe everything in, hold it as long as you can, and breathe everything out. I know this is longer than 30 seconds, but if you really want to release it, breathe everything out. And for the best way to do it, do this 3 times. Now, we're doing it together. Out. You want to make sure you breathe everything out until you have nothing, no air, feeling like you have no air inside. And we're doing it one more time. Breathe in and hold it. You're ready? Breathe it out. All of it. When you've breathed it all out, come back to your normal breathing. Do this as much as you need to release energy, to move through your brain, to get grounded in your spirit, in your body, in your heart. If you ever feel like you cannot think straight, or you have anxiety, or you struggle with pain, mental pain, just breathe as much breath as you can in. Hold it as much as you can, and please don't die before you even breathe it out. And then breathe it out. All the breath. Keep breathing like this. Outwards. Until you feel like, okay, this was all. And just do it as much time as you can. You can also try it in your meditation. So during your meditation, just during your alone time, whatever, and just do that 3 times and maybe even longer. But if you do it too much, it could maybe be bad for your brain. I don't know. I've never done it too much. But it for sure calms you down. It for sure lets your body take the space to get answers that you need. Maybe you just need to think something, and that's finally you giving yourself space to think something, because you release the pressure of doing something, of moving. 3833 on the timer, because you release the pressure of trying to be worked on from the outside. You want to work from the inside out. You want to work and express from the inside out. You want to go inside out, right? Then you gotta focus on your breathing. If you do this breathing exercise, there is nothing that cannot get out your body, because you actually breathe it all out. You actually don't give it space to exist. You don't allow the energy in your body. That's why you breathe it out. You release the pain, or you release something that you had to release. Make sense? Now I know you'll find a way in and out. Take care of yourself. And never forget to subscribe, like, and follow.